if you want to see me make Mimi Wong's spicy pork scissor cut noodles, keep on watching. Okay, to make the noodles, we're going to add salt to some all-purpose flour and mix it to combine. Then we're going to add in some water and we're going to mix it till we form a shaggy dough. Okay, once you got a shaggy dough, and it's super annoying to keep mixing this with a fork, you just want to put the fork to the side, you just want to get in there and start bringing it into one cohesive dough. Once you've got all the dough into one bowl, take it out of the bowl, put it to the side, and then just start giving it a knead on the board for about 5 minutes or so. Now, if your dough's super dry, you can add a little bit of water, but you don't want it to be too sticky. So mine's feeling really good at the moment. So I'm not going to add anything, I'm just going to keep on kneading it for about 5 minutes. Alright, once you got it in a nice ball like this, you want to wrap it up in some cling film. Just on a side note, if you're not too comfortable working with doughs, this is a really good one to start with because it's super easy to work with. It's not too dry, not too wet, just perfect. Okay, so I got my aromatic spices ready here. Instead of shallots, I used the kind of spring onions or onions just before they form and get the actual layers, so they're like young onions, you could say. And also, I couldn't find Thai red chilies, so I've subbed out for one big long red chili with the seeds taken out and half a habanero that I've also de-seeded. Now I've just chopped everything up into smaller pieces because the next thing is to add it to this and then I'll blend it up. So we're going to plop all that in there. Obviously you got to get it all around the place because that helps with the mixing of it. We're going to bang the lid on and we're going to blend this until a nice paste. Obviously, scrape down the sides halfway through. Okay, once you got a nice paste like this formed, you want to add it to a pan. Once your aromatic paste is cooked off and it's taken on some colour, if this sticks to the bottom of the pan, don't be afraid just to add a touch of water, just so it doesn't burn on the bottom and you can pick it back up, because the water does evaporate nearly instantly, but it gives you enough time to scrape all that goodness off the bottom. We're just going to transfer that into a bowl off to the side. Okay, in a pan, you want to add some mince. Now, I couldn't find just regular pork mince in the supermarket, so I have this mix, which is commonly sold here in Austria. So I'm pretty sure it's about a 50-50 mix of beef and pork. So I'm just going to press this out into the pan, and we're going to get a good sear on the bottom of it. Once you've got a good sear on one side, you just want to scrape it up, give it a flip. At this point, you want to start breaking it up so you don't have any big clumps of meat anywhere. Okay, once you've browned your meat and you've broken down any bigger chunks, you want to go ahead, add your butter, and you want to melt this down and just keep breaking up the meat and deglazing and scraping up any, good bits that have stuck to the bottom. After your butter's mixed in and you've mixed it around, you've broken down your mince as best you can, you're going to go ahead and adding some Shaoxing wine to deglaze. Now you just want to scrape up any remaining sticky bits that are on the bottom, and you're going to reduce this until nearly all the liquid has evaporated. Okay, once your meat's cooked down and you got just a little bit of liquid left in the pan, you want to set it aside till you're ready to use it. To the same pan we had the aromatics cooking off in, I'm going to add some passata, some light and dark soy sauce, and a couple of tablespoons of sugar. As always, correct amounts and ingredients will be on the website traditionalbutnot.com, and we'll link the recipe from the 10play website down below. So we're just going to give this a mix up and we're going to start reducing it. I almost forgot, at this stage we're going to add the white pepper as well. Now we're going to just cook this out for about 5 to 6 minutes. As you can see, I've had it go on for about 4 or 5 minutes here, and it's reduced down into a nice dark thick paste. So at this stage we'll add the aromatics back in and we'll just mix them in to combine. Once you've got your aromatics stirred in, we're going to add the meat. So we're just going to get that mixed in and then we're going to set it aside till we're ready to finish it off. My dough's been rested on the bench here. Now I'm just going to flatten it out with my hands till it's about a 5mm thick circle. Once it looks a little something like that and you've given your scissors a good clean, we'll jump on to the next step. To make things a little easier, I cut the dough in half and put it into 2 different circles. Alright, I've got a pot of water on the boil. Now I'm just going to add some salt to it. And now we're just going to cut these noodles straight into the water. And each cut, you work your way around the dough. So after 5 minutes, you want to scoop them out of the water and place them into a bowl. Now you just want to add a little bit of oil to them and give them a mix around so they don't stick together. Then you can go ahead and cook the rest. To a pan, we're going to add some peanuts. And we're just going to toast those off for a couple of minutes. Even though they're already roasted, we'll warm them up a little. Once your peanuts are toasted and not burnt, we're just going to go ahead and give them a rough chop. Okay, once you give your peanuts a quick rough chop, You just want to scoop them up. I'm going to add them to some coriander that I've also roughly chopped. Okay, to this, we're going to add some lime juice. Now the total recipe says 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to add 2, give it a mix, and then we'll see if we need to add the third. Okay, after giving it a mix and a taste, I'm leaving it at 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Let's finish this dish off. So I've got the sauce back on. Now I've just got it over a medium-low heat to warm it back through, and we're just going to finish this off here. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of lime juice. We'll give that a mix in. I've mixed the lime juice in. I just want to thin it out a touch more, so I'm going to add just a little bit of the cooking liquid, maybe 2 tablespoons as well. We'll give that a mix in and then we'll check the consistency. So I'll give it a taste, and I'm going to add another tablespoon of lime juice just to try and brighten it up a little bit more. So after you've tasted it for seasoning and you got it exactly where you want it, you're going to add the noodles. Now you're going to mix these through. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more of the cooking water, add another tablespoon, and for me, it's looking pretty good. Let's serve it up. Okay, time to dive in. This challenge only took her 30 minutes to do. The depth of flavour that's in these noodles is absolutely insane. This takes like she took a lot longer than 30 minutes to pack this much flavour into the dish. Mimi, you certainly did it again.